All of you know my friend Larry Dowu, so that Mayowa is the heir apparent to the Dowu dynasty. How are you, Mayowa?
I'm very well.
Well, I'm just going to sit down and have the kind of discussions a father would have with his son, just to find out what he's been up to and what's going on in his mind. But Mayowa, we would have to talk for about 3 minutes or thereabout about your dad's friend, our friend, Mr. Folabi, otherwise known as Sigala. He died, I think, sometime last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week.
He died last week, and he's going to be buried this time next week. It was a great shock to me. What does it feel like when you see the people you grew up with dying? Because we're a dying breed, really. I wonder how many of your quote uncles have and aunties have gone. Every time somebody dies, what occurs to you?
Honestly, I've become desensitized to it because it happens so often.
I think so. I thought there was something wrong with me.
Yeah, no, I've become desensitized to it, but that doesn't mean because it's when you've seen people from a young age, and it's a reminder of our mortality. You see them, in old age. It's a bit more vulnerable. It was something I was Ebuka Obi-Chendu said, I think last week, about something people don't talk about, which is the sandwich generation, which is that where you're at this age in life, and on one hand you're caring for aging parents and that generation. That's something I don't think people talk about enough. And then on the other hand, you are, you have your own children. You brought children into the world, and you're kind of caring for them.
So you're in between.
Yeah. So you're in between. And I was like, no one talks about that. But I think that's definitely something I think a lot more people.
But I think your generation is lucky because you are not burdened with what the generation before us were burdened with. Where, for example, in my own case, I think my grandmother from her early 60s was totally in the hands of my mom, and she did it selflessly. She did it conveniently. She was able to look after her parents. If I passed the burden of my living, my health, my whatever, and this and that to you guys, which you cannot run away from, if I did, where would you be? Where would you start from?
We'll find a way.
Do you think you can pick up my bills? If the need, let me know now. Now that let me know now. If the need arises, I'm your favorite uncle.
Yes, you are.
I'm the one who named you your. So it's a bit of a dilemma.
Yeah.
In reality, it's a bit of a dilemma. Your dad, I'm sure he still works as hard as he did.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to get him to slow down, but
we can't slow down.
He can't. Yeah, that's what he knows.
Because part of the problem also is, apart from the fact that your dad is my party man. We grew up together from Yaba all over. But apart from the fact that you want to keep going, okay. Also, I can't imagine Larry as a pensioner, or myself as a pensioner, sitting back at home.
I can imagine him as a pensioner. He's already starting to show signs. He plays golf. He plays golf on Fridays. He goes to play golf, and I'm like, this is a nice one.
Is that playing golf?
Yeah, he started. He
I
started.
Don't play golf. Mr. Kwadi will not let me play golf. He always leaves me here. But I'm sure, looking at our lives, because we were quite close growing up. By the way, we have to pay tribute to that woman, Mayowa. Yes, mommy. We pay tribute to her. But I'm sure that he will be laughing where she is. But I'm sure that there are a few things that you got off myself. Your dad and I have the same qualities.
I mean, for one, there's a reason why I work in media. It's because of people like you. So
you're a lawyer, though.
Yes, I am a lawyer.
Do you go to court?
No, not anymore.
Why?
I didn't enjoy it. That's the honest truth.
What didn't you enjoy?
I just didn't enjoy so I think working as a lawyer doing litigation in Nigeria, it kind of is a reminder of all the structural inadequacies we have. So it's, you go to courts, it's a problem getting a date. It's a problem essentially it takes too long. So like the process for the resolutions you're trying to get, it just takes too long to get those outcomes. And I think it's like, oh, we can do this another way, man.
And I think one thing that I like your view on this. One thing also is this habit where just about the time your case is to be mentioned, a senior advocate walks in.
Oh yeah.
And do you think we should scrap that?
No, I don't think you should scrap that.
There's a lawyer who said that.
I don't think you should scrap it. I think we have to have respect for like traditions and institutions. If someone has done the hard work of, earning silk.
Well, this days silk is not earned by doing the hard work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still speaking of the symbolism of it. But I think if someone has done the hard work of, earning silk, I think the least that can happen is that they can show up to court and hear their matter. When I don't think it's that. It's annoying. It's annoying when you're the other hand of it.
It's easy for you to say that you are not the accused, or you are not the plaintiff for the what's the opposite of plaintiff?
Defendant.
If you had a case. I once had a case, God forbid that I have that kind of case again. Every time we went to court, this would have been a court for 7, this will advocate would stroll in at 11, and then again, maybe they're even. I also.
Okay, there's an easy solution to that too.
What's the solution to
Get your own senior advocate.
You see, how can I have a case now? I cannot tell you that I have a case, so I want to sue Mr. Quadri. I want to sue him for I don't want to use the word. Is it slander or what?
Defamation, slander. Yeah.
So you don't go to court anymore?
No, I don't.
So do you practice law in any form?
On the side. So it's like it's based on
it's a side hustle.
Yeah, law is now my side hustle. So my main hustle is the media. Law is
what
not.
Do you do in the media?
I run a platform called Culture Custodian.
Culture Custodian.
Yes.
What do you? Does he put food on your table?
I'm here with you.
No, you're not. You're here to enjoy yourself. I need to put a phone call to your wife, whether she can cook all the meat. By the way, I haven't eaten your wife's food.
We can do something about that.
That's something I learned growing up. You invite an uncle to come over for lunch, then you leave your wife to display all her skills. But though, growing up, we had one auntie. We didn't know in time. Before we came, she had run to maybe the Amoke of that time or whatever.
I bought everything.
And then represented it on the table. But it's nice. So you owe me lunch.
Okay, we can definitely do something about that.
So what do you do in this?
Okay, so I'm editor-in-chief of Culture Custodian, which is a popular culture platform. So it focuses more on culture. So think of music.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah. So it focus on music, like music commentary. I mean,
what kind of music?
Afrobeat. What's
Afrobeat?
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you manage the artists?
No, I don't manage the artists. So it's commentary. So Wizkid puts out a song, we will have done like an extensive review on it. So it's around the underlying culture of all these industries.
How does he put food on the table?
We don't need to talk about that on here, but it does.
But it
does.
No,
it does.
To say is that he puts food on the table.
It does.
Okay. Do you review all kinds of genres of Afrobeat only?
So I mean, the thing is, Afrobeat is a dominant genre, like in Nigeria right now.
But what about Fuji? Fuji is also dominant.
It is, but the truth is, we will do commentary around it. But I don't think, like our audience, I'm not sure that our audience are that clued in to, like,
How come you're doing something on Afrobeats and I'm not part of your audience?
Are you?
I'm not. How come? Because I haven't come across it. Is it by subscription?
No, it's not. It's online.
Oh, okay.
It's online.
Okay, I'll join. So, who are your favorite artists of the? Just name 3.
My 3 favorite Afrobeat artists.
Afrobeat artists, yeah.
I'll go with Rema.
Who is Rema now?
Rema is.
Sing the song that is on.
Ozeba.
Never heard of
Calm down.
Your body.
Baby, calm down. You have to know calm down.
Calm down. Is that the one that the governor likes so much?
I believe so.
I think Sanwo-Olu likes that one. Right?
Is this Sanwo-Olu that likes? I mean,
or fashion, one of them.
Calm Down was big because I think
Yes, I think I
yeah.
remember
So Calm Down.
Which are the other two artists?
Right now I think I like I like some of the new Davido songs.
Yeah, Davido is in a class of his own.
Yeah.
You heard of the collaboration or whatever it was that
With Bachimizi.
with Bachimizi?
Yeah, he sampled him.
He's resurrected the guy.
Yeah. but I think that's the beauty of culture when people can take things from the past and give it a new fresh twist.
He resurrected the guy.
Give it a new fresh twist.
The package I'm reading in the social media, is it true?
What package?
Some very heavy dollarized package that he compensated the guy with.
I have no idea.
But
I don't know.
Davido is a very decent human being.
Yeah.
As a person.
Yeah.
It shows his background. He's a very decent guy. He don't turn the guy around completely, smiling everywhere. He was able to still do his dance steps of those days. Give me the same amount, yo.
You give me your mic, I can just come and be saying anything I want to be saying.
No, give me which kind of mic? By the time you give me that kind of money, I won't be anywhere near a mic. I'll be on a cruise ship in the Bahamas. They'll be telling you, come and watch Jimi Disu perform. So Davido is the second one. Who is the third?
The thing is, I want to make it balanced, so I'm going to go.
Don't make it balanced. Just tell me your preferences. Your preference is your preference.
Ira Star.
Who?
Ira Star.
Who is that one? Sheriff, you know. Female.
Yeah.
You like her because it's fine, or
no? I like her music. I like her music.
Don't. Your wife is not listening now. You don't have to panic over that.
No, I like her music.
You can like her because it's fine. It's a free world. So you like her. How come you have named three? You didn't name Asha? Abi?
Ashake?
No. Ashake. What's
Ashake? Is Ashake?
Yes.
I don't mind him, but yeah, but he's not my favorite artist. I like what he does. I like what he represents. I respect it, but I wouldn't say if I say he was my favorite artist.
You Afrobeats fans, you seem to leave out the guy whose grandfather started all this.
Who, Burner?
No.
Oh, who?
Made.
Oh. The thing is,
I purposely left Femi out because it's not in your generation. But Made is in your generation, and Made is a musical genius.
I will not dispute that with you. I've been to Shrine to see him a couple of times. I love what he does and what he represents, and I like that. You know, he can exist in his lane. He does, he's doing his thing, and he's a successful artist. He doesn't need to be on social media every day in your face.
No.
But he can exist in his. And I mean, he's just everything I've seen about him and everything I see with him. It just seems like such a remarkable.
I'm a great fan of Made. I passed on the love of his grandfather
to him,
and to him. I'm a great fan. I think I'm his number one fan. I like to make that claim, or maybe his oldest fan. No, I have. There's your dad's friend. What's his name now? I remember before I go. We were all in unit Bob Faye.
Oh,
yeah. Your dad has. Where is Bodun, by the way?
I have no idea.
He doesn't play anymore.
I have no idea. My dad is in a better position to answer that question.
I don't talk to him. He's too old. But you missed one name.
Who?
Should we put him as number 4?
Who?
Portable.
The fact that you know who Portable is very. It shows you.
Who wouldn't know? I review the news every day, and he's always in the news. He's always doing one thing wrong or the other.
He's a very fascinating guy.
But I worry for him, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because he has the potential to be extremely successful if he manages himself better. I do worry for him.
The thing is, I don't think he knows any other way.
Oh yeah. But I worry for him because there is something that I've learned over time, growing up myself, and being fan. Even Fela himself, before he died, one day in a discussion, said something about fans that these guys will urge you on to your grave. You know, a lot of the problems that Fela got into were not directly from him.
Yeah, it was people around him.
Even the burning of his house was not directly from him. So I wish I sometimes I found myself in a position here where I have to, like, publicly maybe tell his family to see if they can put him.
Was it portable?
Portable. Yeah, but it is. I think it will be impossible to manage. I think, but from that character comes the music.
Yeah, it's part of
it. So yes, so because every time it's one trouble, one music.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. One trouble, one song. One trouble, one song.
You know something? As you're talking about Fela, you know one of my favorite things on the internet?
Yes.
I'm sure you know what it is. You know what I'm about to say.
I don't know.
You know that picture of you with Fela where he's holding a cigarette?
I was the one holding the cigarette.
Was it you holding the cigarette?
I was the one.
Okay, so you're the one holding the cigarette.
And everybody assumed that because, you see, look, that their life is. He had just come out of prison, and I went to see him at his friend. So I sat next to him. Femi, who is also my friend, Femi Bankole Osula, then took the photograph, okay? And I was smoking. Next thing, the thing is on Facebook, and everybody said that I'm smoking Jerugbe. I can't believe. I've said that. Luckily, you are out of. I'm looking for a lawyer who helped me sue them. All those who commented, I said, Jimmy, they even went to the point where they said my eyes are thinned out. You know,
it's so funny because I think I showed someone that picture like last week. I was telling them that it's so cool to me that people like you and my dad got to meet Fela like all the times that you did, and I was like, oh, has the person? I was like, oh, you need to see this picture, and then I went on your Facebook and I saw it and I was showing it to them.
Wait, I'm a bit broke these days. I want to repost the picture, make I see the person with them born well. Who will say that I was fucking doing it? It's 9:24. I'm enjoying my discussion with my son, Mayowa, and I hope you're enjoying it too. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I think maybe one or two people might have something to say. We'll open up our lines. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Talk, news, and sports after this. The world is changing and opportunities are everywhere. The question is, are you ready to seize them? For far too long, we have been conditioned to think within the constraints of geographical borders created by man. An example is Nigeria. But let me tell you something profound. You are part of the world, not just one nation. You don't just live in Nigeria, you live in the world. It's time to break free, look beyond borders, and seek opportunities that span the globe. You need a worldview. The world is open for business, and the opportunities are endless. It's time to think global. It's time to trade global. Visit hfm.com or download the HFM app on Google Play Store or App Store to get started today.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness. When did he grow up?
That's it with kids, so. It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them.
Hello,
do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo.
Did you know you can post your job vacancies on Jobberman for free?
Free? Really?
Yes. Through the Young Nigeria Works initiative, in partnership with Jobberman and the MasterCard Foundation, you can list jobs at zero cost.
And reach over 3 million job seekers?
Absolutely. Plus, you get smart tools to manage applicants and boost your brand.
Visit www.jobberman.com/employer/free-listing to post jobs for free today.
Hire right with Jobberman.
3 is the magic number. 3 wishes, 3 chairs, and now 3 McVitie's shortbreads. Want something decadent, chocolatey, and full of flavor? Yes! Or how about something buttery, small, and perfect on the go? Even better, the nation's #1 shortbread now comes in 3.
Introducing McVitie's chocolate shortbread and buttery shortbread bites, the newest additions to the McVitie's family. McVitie's shortbreads, a buttery delight in 3 different bites.
McVitie's! Mama, if you see how they scrub that toilet, it clean.
If it look clean, but if you no use Hypo toilet cleaner, germs go still yakpa.
Don't gree for germs. Protect your toilets every day with Hypo toilet cleaner. Hypo.
Oh, what did it happen now? No bonus for all my lines. No panic, as MTN don't carry better gist call. Every 6 minutes you talk, MTN go dash you 3 extra minutes. Fiam to enter MTN better gist. Dial *123 *2 *1 hash or text BG to 312. T and C's apply.
No more stress, we the bar, we the climb. Build your future, no regrets. I invest, not show collect. Grow your wealth, no delay. I invest, for the future. I invest, your money never darling. I invest, watch your savings rising. I invest, no time to waste.
Are you tired of chasing the bag? It's time to get it right away with iInvest, Nigeria's leading platform for wide varieties of financial products. You can access fixed deposits, treasury bills, equities, and more right at your fingertips. Visit i-investng.com today to get started. iInvest is powered by Parthian Partners, a SEC-regulated capital market operator. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Please consult with an investment advisor.
This taste na banger, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
Welcome back to your #1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
You're listening to Jimi Disu right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And I have Mayowa Idowu, who I fondly call Yo. I have him, I've called him, I think all his life I've always called him Yo from primary school days. And so we're just sitting back and having a discussion. We want you to sit back and listen and enjoy yourselves. But I will open up our lines just in case you want to say something. 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. Are you inclined towards, are you watching political developments in the country?
Yeah, I am. It affects me now. It affects my future.
I'm glad because I do get some kind of apathy from. But generally, how do you think your own generation is reacting to political development?
I mean, the point you made about apathy, I think, is like it's the lasting thing, because I think, obviously, I'm not speaking for everybody in my generation, but I think like a sentiment I kind of detect is just people who just tapped out because they don't feel like the system rewards the right people and the right incentives.
But don't they think that there's something that needs to be done about that?
I think they definitely do think, but I think they don't have the faith in the process for you to get those outcomes.
Don't you think that, like what's that protest that took place the other time?
What, NSAS?
NSAS.
But that traumatized people.
I see. But don't you think that the process that produced NSAS, where till today we don't know who actually packaged it together, it became a mass movement? You don't think it can be, that kind of thing can be galvanized to have a political movement?
The reason why I don't think it can be galvanized is because what you need in politics is the reason why NSAS was the way it was because it wasn't political.
Yes.
It was these guys are killing us. Referring to SARS, that then evolved into just a loud cry for like what the state of the country. The reason why I don't think you can package that politically is because NSAS worked because it was leaderless. There's no way you are going to take that and say you want to use it to politics without having a leader. And then what ends up happening is when there's a leader, there will be, is this person doing it for their own self-benefit or is this person doing it for the cause? It's essentially what has happened with Nigerian politics, where people create all these platforms, but then the platforms, in this case, political parties, are just vehicles that exist for the highest bidder.
Okay, I mean, look at I went to university here.
Yeah.
And we believe so much in students' participation in the political process.
Yeah.
Through NANS in our time.
Yeah.
It's been highly politicized now, and I wonder if you have any bearing of relevance towards what's going on in the national
even to prove that point. Like there are two major political figures who got their starts as student leaders. So you think of like Showore, or you think of someone like Dino. Dino was a student leader, but that's the thing. These guys are doing it. There's a reason or there's an outcome that they end up pursuing. So I think a lot of people just don't have.
Do you think it's that they get sucked in or originally?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's you do something and then you realize, this is what I can get out of it, or this is what I can do. Someone at some point the penny drops. It's like this is what we should be doing, and then you kind of.
I believe that while Chouale at least makes an attempt to still have some semblance of that, but I think Dino's gone.
No, he's on the other side.
But then, are you worried? Luckily, you're in the media about the reaction of young people. That bothers me. I don't want to. They can't agree with everything that you do. That is certain. But the depth of the thinking in the social media today is very, very worrying. Does it bother you?
I mean, definitely it does. But I do think sometimes I think we need to go outside and touch grass. I think sometimes you just need to remember that it's social media. Like, again, it's we tend to see the most polarizing opinions on social media. That's what the algorithm rewards. So it rewards outrage. So when people say things that sound outrageous, it's more likely to fall on your radar because that is what we're used to.
So participation in the social media for a lot of people is predicated on building up numbers.
Yes, in some cases, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
because for example, I've run a blog for close to 10 years. We try to serious stuff, and the numbers just won't pick up. Unlike the one that says that they saw one man climbing out of the window of another man and the wife stood and naked, and so on and so forth. But do you, being a media person, are you worried also about the latest developments where, what's the name of that controversial bill again now? This bill, this media something law, what's it now? That the police use cyber crime act.
Oh yeah, but they've been using that. Politicians use that to kind of. They use that. That's like the number one tool how people essentially disturb journalists. Like it's like one of the tools they use. No, definitely that's worrying.
But it's worrying.
Yeah, that's definitely worrying. That's definitely worrying.
Okay, talking about politics, so you're not. Are you bothered about politics? Are you?
I'm definitely bothered. I'm definitely bothered, and I'm definitely monitoring.
Are you? Who are you? Are you an Agbadorian or are you an obedient?
I wouldn't identify as either. I think I'm more objective than that.
You think so?
I believe so.
So you're in the middle of both. You're both. let us say that you're an Agbadorian obedience.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, let us say that. Okay, we can make it sound better that you're an obedient Agbadorian.
No.
Okay, which should we knock out? The Agbadorian or the
definitely
obedient?
knock out. Definitely. God, I would definitely prefer the Agbadorian being knocked out. I don't identify as obedient, but I'll rather that than Agbadorian.
But hey, listen. We've seen a lot of decamping going on.
Yeah.
Do you have any fear that Nigeria could become a one-party state?
I feel like that fear is already realized, but I mean, look at everything that's happening. So from the show of shame yesterday, where a political party descended on the president's residence and turned it into, essentially they turned it into a rally.
Yes.
Yeah, they said they were backing the president for an election that's 2 years away. They fully entered politicking mode, and then you've kind of seen everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks. Where
why do you think? I know the answer, but I want it on record. Why do you have this sudden shift? Everybody going to the ruling party. If you are the one
it's the incentives.
What kind of
what's the incentive for you right now as an opposition leader?
So you also believe, thankfully, like me, that is all about self-interest.
Yes, it is. It's nothing more than that.
I think I had a caller just now. Yes. Do I have another caller? Sorry? Okay, if the person who called can call back, we have one. Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
Yes, sir. About what you spoke this morning in the incident of the IG statement and the boy.
No, we have already agreed that when we call into programs, we will talk about the subject at hand.
I want to refer to what we are having now, just like a youth is with you. We are discussing about life issue of youth.
Okay.
And you have youth there now. As this morning, early morning, I saw some boys full inside a vehicle and they are driving rough. They're coming from club. What if one of them is going to be like you or the guy in the studio? Then policeman came and said because they are running, then it's spray gun on all of them. We miss lawyer, we miss engineer among them, we miss teacher among them. So forget about the daddy driver. What we need is the youth among the case. The policeman is just unprofessional. It's unprofessional conduct here. And unprofessional sound from the high G. It sounded like an ancient ruler. They just say burning up, killing. Firewall.
Moses was running. Please hold on. Again, you are missing the point we are making. If you have any whatever with the police, you can write a strongly worded letter to the Inspector General and leave us out of it for now. Because you started by saying that they were coming from club and driving irresponsibly. The premise knocks out your argument. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
First of all, please, sir, you will not lose your mind in the job. You will not run out of your breath, and your power is not gone in Jesus' name.
Amen. Why this sudden prayer now? Let me sit back.
I'm sure you know why I said that, sir.
No, I don't.
Because I'm going to tell you all those negative words you have been saying. We love you so much, and we will not allow your negative words to come to pass.
Which one is negative?
Better life in the power of the tongue.
Do you understand what you're saying, Maya?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Maya, thank you, sir. But you see, again, that brings something that I'd like to get your view about. Very simple thing. I assume you're a Christian.
I am.
You still go to St. Jude's?
No, I go to All Souls.
Also, it doesn't matter which one you go. But how do you make out this, what some people saying, professing bad words? And so if you are sick, for example, I can call Sheriff and say, sorry, Sheriff, I can't come today, I'm strong. And Sheriff will be having a problem if this man is strong. So what is the problem? Do you believe in such things?
I understand the power of manifestation. So I understand when people say things that they, you're putting it into the world. I mean, I won't take it to the point. If I'm ill, I'm going to say I'm ill. I'm not going to say I'm strong. I don't feel the need to do that.
I was wondering.
But I do understand the power of people,
I think, personally, my own view is that, look, say something as it is so people can understand what you're talking about. I haven't said that I want to be ill.
Yeah, it's just a matter of fact.
It's just to say what it is. I'm thinking what I be sharing.
Yes, no.
I don't get it. The power of manifestation of which I believe that, and I like your view on this. I believe that the marketers of our various religions have almost put our people into a state of panic. Somebody turned up one day and said, if you put jewelry, it's the devil. Somebody turned up and all kinds of things and said you should change your name. You will change your name from Mayowa to Apollonius. Instead of being Odo, your name would be... I think we split hairs over these things. We're falling victims of the various marketing tactics of people who propagate religion, and I think Nigerians need to...
But there's a reason why.
What is the reason?
It's common in failing states.
Okay, let's take another call. I'm enjoying this discussion. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jimmy.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Prince from Oshodi Solo.
Yes, sir.
I want to pick it up that when we say because of self-interest now, people is saying see other party. Now, the case for the NO, he's saying that because is giving they are seeing more funds to do project assume. That is why he claimed that he wants to go to APC. So are we that okay? Are we looking at can he stay in PDP and be singing for APC, or will it be better that okay, stay in his PDP? The Ashwaju is giving them more funds to do their project rather than say okay, I want to cross over to APC. So at times I look at as a case study that okay, fine. This guy is okay. He's getting more. Of course, to me, I don't believe in one party system. That the way everything is going, there won't be much. We need opposition in this country. So, to some, it is personal, it's of interest. But to some, I say, okay, is it because he's saying more funds to execute projects in his state?
Okay,
that's why he wants to.
Thank you. I believe that is the lamest excuse.
I agree
that you can give. I mean, that's a whole lot of BS. Saying that because you get the funds statutorily anyway. And let's even look at the issue of getting more funds. You get more funds in quantum, but what is the value? The value is probably the same or less. You got X number of funds when the exchange rate was so and so. Nobody should be fooled by these things. Only the uneducated would be fooled by saying that the governors get more funds. You get more funds. Yes, you get more funds also because you haven't increased workers' salaries. You haven't fulfilled certain obligations. And so I believe that is a very lame reason that doesn't even exist. Because, like I said, in reality, you get more funds figuratively, but in reality, you're not getting much more. If care is not taken, if we did a proper analysis, you'd probably be getting less in value. It is everybody's freedom to decamp to anywhere that they want, but they shouldn't insult us by some of the reasons. And I think some of them are catching flack. I saw a video where the former Delta governor, Okowa, his people use some uncomplimentary whatever on him. We saw these women are very... Do you think that Nigerians are ready to take their fate in their hands? And whether your governor has decamped or not, they might be inclined to do the proper thing. What they consider the proper thing.
The thing is, I don't know, because I think the way the Nigerian system has operated, now you have a situation where governors have never been so powerful.
Yeah.
But they've never been so weak. Because when you look at the current crop of governors, and I was thinking about this like on the opposition front, on the opposition state, I was like, there's nobody that you're looking at and you're saying that this person is leading the fight. And to use a parallel, let's think of Bola Tinubu in 2003. 2003 to 2007, which is the moment that kind of even made him, when you're thinking about him being the only one that emerged out of the AD governors who didn't, and he took the federal government to court because you guys are not going to give me my money. But that didn't stop him from doing the work. That didn't stop him from also, he could have joined PDP now. He didn't. So so for me, I think it's just everything that is happening is just signs of regression, because we're just seeing people just take the easy way out just because, and that's why someone can come and tell us that, oh yes, more money. What does more money mean? Are you, as a state, are you not generating money? Can you not execute the projects you're supposed to execute with the money that you are generating?
That one doesn't exist. They all fell to the propaganda of the APC, but it is to President Bola Tinubu's credit, like you said, that he never decamped. He transformed from one party from AD to APC, from AD to AC, from AC to what? ACN. To ACN, and then APC. That is true, and it's true when it was being put under a lot of pressure.
And I think that's also part of why I was disappointed to hear him essentially talk about being a one-party state. It's like,
well, it's to his benefit.
But it's like
what did you expect?
But it's like you know better, because you have shown us through your trajectory that you know better.
I've always said, and I stand by what I said, that people should realize that politics in Nigeria is mainly about personal self-interest.
Yeah.
If they call you together and give you machine and Erolota and Keke Napep, these are part of the CSR. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, look at the way it works. You have a governor. He doesn't provide hospitals. He don't drive anything. Then his wife has an NGO. The NGO now says that I want to look after motherless babies. The NGO says that I'm interested in women, something that your husband did not provide. And they become a hero. There's a lot of deceit in the system.
Yeah.
There's a lot of deceit in the system. And let's take this last caller because we have to leave here any minute from now. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Quickly, sir, because, sir, you have about a minute to go, please.
Yes, my name is Osaigi. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Yes.
Yeah, about this defection that is happening in the country. To me, it's a great betrayal on the people.
Yes.
Even the political bigwigs are defected. But my take is this. If we, the Nigerians, can stick together and decamp en masse to Labour Party and await them in 2027. But my major worry is that an average Nigerian has short memory when it comes to stuff.
And that includes even members of the Labour Party.
soon as they start giving them money now, the story will change. Most of the people complaining now, once they start receiving money from the politicians, you will hear their voice again. That's
sir.
where
I think the point. Thank you, sir. Point made. I don't think decamping to a political party, I'm not sure how much that would solve the problem. I think rather if our people can approach the elections and realize that, look, it's personal self-interest, they too should have their own personal self-interest to say that, okay, let us vote for somebody irrespective of his party who can. You don't have to vote en masse for one party. Don't waste your time.
I always split my votes.
Yes, you should
I always
split
my
your votes.
votes.
If anything, for balance, and if anything, with the knowledge that all these politicians are the same. That one is not better. The Labour Party have the same problems that the APC has. A few members of Parliament who are members of the Labour Party, when they were distributing vehicles, they collected. They are collecting that humongous. In fact, I don't know them anymore, self. And I think some of them have even decamped. So it's not about political party. It should be about the people's self-interest. And on that note, my
thank you very much.
We should do this again.
I'm telling you, I will be back.
We should do this often.
I'll be back.
I want you to get 2 or 3 guys so that we can have a more robust time and we do something quarterly or something.
Okay,
like
we'll be back.
Okay, so that's where we'll end it for today. It's been nice talking to Mayowa Idowu, and otherwise known as Yo. And in my mind, I dedicated today to our good friend Afolabi, otherwise known as Sigala, who goes home finally next week, Friday. May he so rest in peace. I'll be back tomorrow. Mr. Tokubo Pierce of the PDP will be here tomorrow. I'll be here in a kind of shining armor because there'll be a lot of there's going to be a lot of that. I'd like to thank Mr. Sheriff Quadri, who is always. Mayowa asked me who Sheriff Quadri is, and I said he is my twin brother. I was born in 1955. I think Quadri was born somewhere, I don't know, but he must have stayed so long in my mother's room, and before she now delivered him. But we look alike, don't we?
Kind of.
Don't be polite now if you don't look alike.
Small. I mean, he's two men
but I think I'm a better version of him, more handsome.
Yes.
You
are now.
We have trained you to be the most polite. On that note, What's Up Lagos comes up next. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.